the Deviljho. This name has given many hunters anxieties when hunting in unstable environments at higher ranks. Like seriously, just Google Deviljho first encounter onto YouTube and you'll see what I mean. But why? Why does this monster stream fear into many hunters? Well, just for all you new hunters out there, I will give you a quick breakdown on the Deviljho. So, the Deviljho is a brute wyvern just like the Beowulf and the Anjanath. He does dragon elemental damage. Ironically enough, he is the most weak to dragon damage. He also first appeared in Monster Hunter 3 Try and has appeared in many installments afterwards. Now, this monster is a beast. He is very aggressive, mobile and can output a lot of damage, especially to hunters that aren't defensively prepared for it. He has an attack where he will shoot this weird purple black cloud thing out of his mouth, where if you were hit by this attack you will get inflicted with Dragon Blight, which will take away the elemental damage and status effects your weapon can do. He also has an attack where he will throw a rock at you and depending on the area you're fighting him in will give you different debuffs. And yeah, this monster can be found in most maps in every Monster Hunter game. I would say all maps, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's not the point. The point is that this monster can be found anywhere. Hot areas, cold areas, it doesn't matter. He will be there. Now see, here's the kick. This is the kicker, right? The Deviljho can randomly spawn during any quest as long as the quest environment is unstable. So you could go on an easy quest where you're gonna catch some bugs, kill some jaggies, and then BAM! The Deviljho will be there. And he'll be there to wreck house. He doesn't care what you're doing. You could be, you know, going to your mom's house. He doesn't care. He needs to eat and he will eat you if you're not ready for him. Let me put it in this way. The Deviljho is one of those guys where he'll come to your birthday party, uninvited, without a gift. He'll drink all your beer, make a mess, pee in your pool. He'll make out of your girl. He'll change the music to something that everyone hates. He'll throw up in your sink and then have the nerve, the audacity to ask for a ride home. Yeah, he's one of those guys. Because I look out for, you know, the new hunters, you know, I want you guys to be well informed before you jump into like any quest that involves having the Deviljho around. So I'm gonna give you some tips right quick. Tip number 1, bring poisoned, drugged or tainted meats, okay? So why is that? Well, because the Deviljho is a meat eater and when he is hungry, he will either scout out for some food or go crazy and try to eat you, which of course you don't want. So make sure to drop some meat on the ground before he gets too hungry. You'll know if he's hungry when you start seeing his mouth water. Tainted meat will inflict paralyze on him, poisoned meat will inflict poison on him, and drugged meat will inflict, well, just put him to sleep. Tip number 2, bring no berries. By God, bring your no berries. Please people, don't forget this. No berries can cure most of the effects he applies on you. This includes the main effect being his Dragon Blight. You'll get it if you get hit by his Dragon Breath. You know how I mentioned before how he can apply other effects on you depending on the area you're fighting him in? He does this by doing a rock throw attack at you, which will say, for example, you're in a fire area, you'll get inflicted with Fire Blight, or if you're in an ice area, you'll get inflicted by Ice Blight, and vice versa. So no berries will cure most elemental effects, most of which the Deviljho, I forgot his goddamn name, Deviljho will inflict on you, so just keep that in mind. And to tip number 3, bring your large bombs. Okay, so you will have plenty of opportunities to place a lot of bombs on him because you'll be sleeping him a lot, you'll be paralyzing him a lot. So with the food and the traps, of course, if you bring traps, make sure you bring traps. Yeah, make sure you bring the bombs for max damage. Tip number 4, bring a dragon or thunder weapon. Like I said before, the Deviljho is weak to dragon, but he's also just as weak to thunder damage, so obviously keep that in mind. Aim for the body and the head, as these are his most weak spots. However, when he's in rage mode, go exclusively for the body, as this is where he's most weakest in this form. Of course, if you are using an impact weapon such as the hammer or hunting horn, I recommend staying on the head, as you can fish for a KO and keep him on the ground for longer. That, and you won't be getting in the way of your team, so that's even better. Depending on the weapon you are using, you might find it hard to hit the body while he's standing up, so I'd recommend going for the head or just hitting his feet until you knock him over. Just note that his feet aren't a weak spot, so your DPS will be a lot lower than if you were hitting his face, for example. Tip 5. Cut the tail off. Of course, this will depend on what type of weapon you're using. If you're using an impact weapon, obviously this doesn't apply to you, but if you're using a cutting weapon, then do yourself a favor and cut off that tail, because a lot of his moves will be nerfed pretty much once you get that tail off. Tip number 6. Bring dong bombs. I would highly recommend having dong bombs with you on any quest that has a unstable environment, so that you don't get attacked by multiple monsters. So say if you're going on a quest that you don't want to bother the Deviljho, you just want to, you know, like I said, gather some stuff, and he comes out of nowhere, he's like blah, 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 blah. Then just throw the dong bomb and then he's gone. And this also works when you're fighting multiple monsters, like I said before. So for example, if there's a Jaggy and the Deviljho comes in, you can fight the Jaggy, and well, to be honest, I'm not sure why you'd want to fight the Jaggy, because you'd want the Deviljho to go away, so you want to fight the Deviljho. But yeah, don't forget dong bombs. Tip 7. Make sure you don't have low dragon resistance, as this guy can pretty much one-shot you at full health if your dragon resistance is pretty low, especially when he's in rage mode. This might be common sense, but you'd be surprised the amount of people I've encountered online on previous Monster Hunter games that haven't actually done that. They haven't really cared about their dragon resistance, so don't be that guy or girl. Just make sure you have your dragon resistance up to par. Last and not least, tip number 8. Now, as this will be your first time facing him, I'm sure you'll be wondering what type of weapons you should use. Of course, you can use any weapon you wish, but to get the easiest time with him, I would suggest using the lance or the gun lance. Not only do these weapons have strong defenses, but you will also have an easier time reaching the body. This is also a safe way to learn the monster's moveset, so say if you want to use the greatsword or longsword in the future, you'll have a good idea on what he can do. And I think I've covered most of the basics. Once you get the hang of fighting him, the Deviljho isn't too bad, to be honest, until you see his Super Saiyan form. I need a beer. Oh wait, that's right. The Deviljho drank it all. Great. Great. Of course he drank it. You know, I'm done. Yeah.